Alright guys, so just working on getting this pit closed up. Went to the store earlier, picked up some supplies, got a couple sheets of plywood. Boys are getting the back all covered up here. Foggy out today. Maybe rain is imminent, I don't know. Anyways, thought we better get the back covered up in case it does rain. Doesn't ruin everything. Actually, I feel a few drops now, or just foggy mist, I don't know.
I haven't felt any yet.
I'm not the best at tying knots here.
Oh.
Especially slippery canyon.
Clove hitch.
Right there for you.
Oh, there it is. Mom knot.
It's temporary.
Yeah, so we went and picked up a 4x4 to just throw underneath of this plywood.
Yep.
It's going to be our cross members here. We'll just mark this out. And then just take the router and just make a little pocket for this and then notch that. Do that on both sides. These pieces can drop in there. And yeah, a couple sheets of plywood, piece of 3/4 and a piece of 5/8. And that'll make up the difference on these. Screw it all together, call it good. Leaving enough room right here for a hatch to go in so we can access our steering gear. Pretty simple. So once we get these down, get them glued down, screwed in, we'll come back in and grind back this edge. Probably do that before maybe. I think we're just going to hit it with a planer and taper that out a little bit, and then we can come in and we'll get that all glassed up. So yeah, pretty basic, nothing real fancy here. Keeping it simple on this one.
Oh wow, you already got them all cut then.
Yeah, just this last one, so we're just rough cutting these right now, just to get them in here, and we can take a straight edge, transfer the angle off of these beams. I don't know how square they are to anything, so that's the best way to do it. So we'll just cut these about 29 inches. Transfer this around. Number 4.
You like that move? What are you looking for? Cut it off. getting the router ready to cut some pockets on the beams here to receive this chunk of 4x4.
Nothing too fancy here.
No. Not looking to make a career out of it. And it's not going to be a forever job either. So
Yeah, just looking for something to hold these in here good, and that'll pretty much do it. Yeah, so just gonna knock a little pocket into these beams here, and then these cross ones can drop in there. Gives this deck plenty of support right here. Got a hatch going in right here. Nothing real fancy, nothing real special.
it's about to get loud. Good old Makita router. This thing's like 20 years old. Actually, maybe older. I don't know.
Tired old Makita.
It's been a good tool.
Oh, dug a little deep already.
Slip down.
No, I went past the line.
Oh,
That's a drain hole right there.
there you go. How is it?
Hmm.
How is it?
Fine, I guess. Should work.
Hopefully, won't run into any nail.
Screwing these down. Little dab of glue. Not too worried about these structurally. They're not going to go anywhere, so not getting carried away with screws. This plywood will be screwed in all along here and into these, so these beams will be pretty tight anyways. So just a single 5-inch screw to pull them into the other deck beams will be fine.
Want this mounted?
No, just hold it.
All right. Start getting this plywood laid out and cut.
Slide.
And before we attach it, we're going to take the planer and knock this glass down and just bevel it. Not going to get too crazy about it, but a couple 4 inches be enough. And we'll put our glass in.
It'd be nice. A flat deck.
Alrighty, you got your line laid out?
Yeah.
I got your angle cut. Looks like that little scrap of wood will be perfect. Do the filling.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Have a fair chunk left over from this anyways, so we can get these out of, I guess. Is that quite enough?
You're in that way, Dad.
Ah, good. I was gonna say, boy, my cut was a little crooked there, Matt. Okay, sweet.
Hey, looking like a deck already.
There it is, bud.
Will it work? A little small, huh?
A little bit small.
Cool. So, a little
So just a
light
tad
shave
bit
right
tight
here.
right there. What do we got going on?
Alright, screwing down. Did you glue it?
No, I was just getting this one kind of temped in place. Keep some of the dust out of there, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, just kind of getting it getting it temped up a little bit here.
Pin down.
Yeah. So we got a nice big square hatch ordered for this. Should be here towards the end of the week, so we'll at least be able to cut out the rough dimensions for it. Went with the Freeman hatch, but a rectangular one instead. Give us a little bit more room to get in and out of the lazarette, and especially when we expand this and make it bigger, we'll probably have some machinery down there, and that extra few inches might be nice to have.
Yeah.
If we have to replace a part or a pump, most likely we'll put the RSW unit in the lazarette. That's kind of a really nice thing on a seiner, because at night you're usually tanking down, you're chilling down a lot of water, so your RSW unit's going to be running for a while at night. And if it's back here, it's nice and quiet up forward where you're sleeping. So there'll be enough room to weasel it through the hatch, as opposed to cutting a big hole in your deck to drop your equipment in. And there we go, that looks good. I'll have to put a little sliver over here. That one's just a hair too small. So this next layer, I'm just gonna run it all the way over. So we'll fire up our grinder. We'll cut that ring off over there where that tie pump was. Gonna have just enough scrap out of these two to cut a plug for that and fill it. That'll be nice.
Yeah. And now I'm just taking off that cleat right there. Get that out of the way. We'll have easy access to the lazarette. We will have to remove it from there anyway for sanding, because it'll hang up on the net.
Yeah.
Every little hook will do that. So.
Yeah, the stuff is just ripping that apart right there. You get a chunk of web caught on that. It just peeled out saying like a banana.
Yeah. And when we get bulwarks on here anyway, there'll be a hub hole right there, and that's what we put our tap line on. So.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Gluing down the first board.
Glue and some screws. How to keep it from squeaking around too much, I think. See? Alright guys, so second side here. Gonna glue it in. A little touch of glue that'll probably do absolutely nothing, but we're gonna put it on there anyways.
Yep. Because we can.
Remember, just half on that one where your knee is.
Alrighty. Yep, hopefully it'll keep any squeaks from happening, although I don't really think it'll be a big deal since we're putting fiberglass on it. Probably won't hear any squeaks anyway, right?
Oh yeah.
But can't hurt.
That's right. And in for the win.
Tap it that way here. Alright. Screw her down.
I have to get your block and beat it down right there so it doesn't like rip the edges up. Alright.
Countersink here. These screws from being proud. Going good though. Good progress today.
Yeah. Is that the right direction? Yeah, it is. Ah, okay. I think it's close. How's that? Doable?
Yeah, good.
I mean, by the time one fills out with some fiberglass putty. Yeah, looks good. Well, I might as well cut this piece, huh?
Probably.
A little sanding tomorrow if need be, huh?
Yep. There it goes.
Just stand on it right there. Maybe something not underneath it. That's fine though. It's gotta come off still, yeah.
Yep.
So we'll
Just making it take its shape.
tighten it up in the morning. Nice. Quarter. Not very square. But it didn't need to be. Wood. Busted out the steel saw.
Is that going back at?
Hmm.
Use a screw. Little sand down. Nice.
That works.
Well, deck is looking like a deck. now.
Yeah.
Giant hole in it.
Closed up.
Alrighty guys, next day, back down the boat. Just going through our fiberglass stuff. You can see I have a little setup here. Strained out some old polyester resin from a couple of years ago. This can's been open for a couple years. You can see it crystallized where the spout was there, and recovered quite a bit of it. I think there's about 4 gallons here. Got 2.5 back. There's about 1 gallon gelled up pretty good in there. So decent recovery for such a big time gap in between. Same thing for the gel coat. Opened it the other day, and it seems alright. A little bit of gelling on top, but not bad. As you can hear, Dad's sawing up the last chunk of plywood for the gap back there on the troll pit. Coming together. We found a template too for the hatch we have coming, so we're working on that pretty soon.
Yeah, we can figure out exactly where we want to put this and get our layout on there, rough opening, and get it cut. It's got a couple of, all the corners are radiused. I think they're about a 6.5 inch radius or something like that. So we'll get that all laid out on this piece of plywood and probably just screw the two together, I suppose. Lay it out and cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that'll be ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna kind of center it, off center in this hole here, so it's pushed back a little bit more closer to this the beam right here, and then we'll just lay in just a 2x6 on the other side, just to give that plywood some rigidity and keep it nice and strong right there. So I'll get suited up and do that here in a few. I'll cut that ring off over there, and then you can take the scrap plywood and cut a couple of pieces for that.
Mm-hmm.
Get this laid out, and maybe you can saw that too if you want.
Yeah. But that's just marking out the or laying out the hatch measurements here. So you're getting your radius.
Yeah, getting my center point here. Somewhere in there, somewhere in there.
Getting a radius without a compass.
Well,
Some tricks.
that'll come next.
Well,
Just
so have a compass, a string compass, right?
I'm gonna use a board because string compasses always stretch and never come out very good.
Ah, smart.
So let's see. Gonna come up here. 7 inches this way. So that'll be our center point. Measure 7 inches.
Nice. Like many things in life, preparation's key.
That's right.
Take some extra time to get yourself set up, have good results.
50% preparation, 50% work. Just run that through just a hair.
Just enough to grip it.
Yep. Pop that right on that spot. Tip my pencil a little bit this time. That one's just dry.
Nice. Cool.
Looks good. Wow, that's big.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 27, yeah? Yeah, we're good. And 21 and a half, 20 and a half. That'll be real nice. I'm glad we got that one. All right, so there it is. Punch a hole in there and cut it out, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Pilot hole and saws away. Now I got that hole cut out. Looks good. A couple of days we'll get our hatch, so we'll be able to drop that in there and see how it looks. But
There's a close fit on those beams.
yeah,
And to do something.
yeah, we were originally just gonna put in an oval like that over there, and then we just decided to get one a little bit bigger. And I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
That's gonna make getting in and out of here a lot easier. In the future, when we put some machinery back in this lazarette, it'll be easier if you need to maybe replace some parts or bring some equipment in there. Hopefully a guy can get it through here. Yeah, looks good. Very good. So I guess the last thing is just glue these two pieces up together, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay guys, just getting fired up here. Got all our prep work done yesterday. These are all ground back, enough to tie in the new stuff. Nothing real super technical about it. Looks all good, it's ready to go, so we're just gonna start getting our second layer of plywood on here.
Yes, to hopefully eliminate any creaks, but
Probably wouldn't matter. Hear them, feel them. It's not like we care about the neighbors downstairs.
Yeah.
Alright. A little tap there. Oh, looks like someone got a little overzealous with their glue.
Wonder who.
Gotta remind myself that.
Yeah.
Temporarily permanent. That's fisherman talk. If we don't get to it in the next 10 years, it's still considered temporary. Feels solid anyways.
You never know how long a job will stay. We say this is just temporary, but for us,
Temporary
temporary.
often means at least 5 years,
Yeah,
maybe more.
time flies for fishermen. We tend to lose track. So it's good just to overbuild it, not worry about it. Alrighty. So we just bored out some holes for the carriage bolts here. Same thing, use a spade bit. Quick work.
Alrighty, first layer in.
Setting in the next layer to dimple the bolt holes.
Just give it a little tap there.
One, two.
Transfer those marks. And just drill those out a little bit. And yeah, there we go. That's
Coming
the size
along.
of the hatch.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. So we'll just bore those out for the head of those bolts and a little glue. Screw down the other and then gosh, we're about ready to go. We'll mix up some putty. Just use some polyester, put some microfibers, a little bit of micro blooms in it. Fill a few spots like this where there's a gap and a lip. Go through, fill all these screw holes. Any of these gaps, we'll just mash it in there real quick, nothing real fancy.
Yeah. Once again, we're not looking for yacht quality here.
Yeah. Everything else is all prepped and ready. All these spots are just cupped out a little bit so we can put some filler in there, and then we'll just come back over with a layer of chop strand and then like a layer of BTI or layer of roving.
Alright.
Cool.
Bolts done.
Roll this out, get our last layer on, and short amount of prep, and I guess probably lay some glass down.
Yeah. Like you say.
Still got a nice day. We can fiberglass if it's raining out, but it's always better to do it when it's dry. Just don't get any surprises like random leaks through your tarp or your covering. That's usually the biggest threat. I know moisture, humidity can play a part in how well a layup is, but we've never really had problems with that. So I'm sure if you're a professional boat builder and you're doing high-end yachts or something, yeah, you definitely want to work within those parameters. But for commercial fishermen in Alaska, you just do what you got to do. If you wait for the perfect conditions here, you'll never get it done. We're not in a climate-controlled building or anything like that, so.
Yep. Take what you can, right?
If it's cold out, you mix it hot. If it's hot out, you add a little less catalyst and just try and bust it out. It'll be a pretty nice, simple job for one. Shot of glue. Throw some screws on here and call it good.
Switch it
Uh-huh.
Talking interesting. Switch it to that countersinker. Good to seal those 2 layers, huh?
Yeah, I'll put a little extra on them for strength. I'm glad my weird layout resulted in this overlap.
Yeah. Oh no, a screw!
Come on, Matt.
Now you distracted Dad with your trash. What are the odds? It was bound to happen, I guess.
That, I guess it's high there, isn't it?
Yep. It's good. Oh, you don't like the ambient slabs?
I'm sick of that squeaky thing.
Go ahead and counter drill some holes, T. Where? You just take the drill, you go like this.
Just like in this wood.
Now, you'll want to hold the back, but since I'm one-handed, I can't. Just push in the middle and go like that until it dips a little bit below, like that. And just do it spacing like we did. Doesn't have to be precise.
Now I feel pressured.
Just do spacing like this.
Just go like this.
Don't go too deep because it has to be filled. A little bit deeper. There you go. There you go. Now you're getting it. See, speed doesn't always equal effectiveness. Ah, it feels good. Feels good.
Yeah, the rest will be is what it is, I guess, right?
Yep. mix up a fat batch of filler and start filling holes. Alrighty. Well, bring it back once we're mixed up some glue, I think. Get a little cleanup done so all these sawdust particles aren't being annoying. Yeah. Bring it back. Overshot it.
Yep.
Tape that one.
Just put a little masking tape on it.
Yeah.
Have to make it bind up. Matt's just cutting a couple of plugs here. Got some holes to fill. A little bit undersized, but they'll work. Just put a couple wraps of masking tape on them to fit them up and stuff them in there. Really to keep all the putty and everything from sagging down and falling through the hole. So if you need to make some plugs and you don't want a hole in them, just cut a hole in a piece of scrap wood, use it as a guide, and you don't need the pilot bit. It's also nice to use if you have a hole that's too big for your pilot bit and it's going to flop around, wander around. You cut a guide like that and go ahead and cut out your hole that you need to. I've also seen, like, if you've got a hole that's too big for your pilot bit and too small for what you want, I've also seen guys just stack up a couple of hole saws too.
Oh yeah.
Like you use the small one that'll fit tight in the hole that's there, and then you can use your bigger one on the outside. That works too. That's an option. If you can't maybe make like a guide like this and secure it so it doesn't slip on you, that's an option too. So coming back here for these holes. I already got one in and just tapped in there lightly. It's just a hair big, so we'll grab some masking tape and wrap it around here and cram it in there. And we'll just put a light layer of putty over the top of this, and this is cupped out a little bit. Put a layer of mat on it, a couple layers of BTI or some roving or whatever, and we'll just level it up to the top of this and call it good.
Tape didn't really work out great, so peel that off and use a couple popsicle sticks.
That was brilliant, Matt.
Looks good. It's a very important skill in life. It is. Adapt and overcome. Exactly. Beauty.
That'll work.
Yeah. Let me just aim the camera correctly.
Yeah, do that. That one's trying to slip.
Yep. Just has to hold. Hold fast.
Stick it down a little bit more. There you go.
Some are tighter than the others.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Some are tighter than the others.
Yeah. no fancy. I'll do it. You can get a layer of putty in here. The resin will drip down in there and seal it up tight. We'll lock it into place. Good, that's the major ones there. I think we're ready. Oh, well, I've got these. This one's got some moisture in it back here, so it might have to wait a couple of days.
Yeah. Put the lamp on it or something if it needs it.
Yeah. I think this one is. This feels good, but this one just got a little bit of dampness in there when it was raining. Probably should have put a bigger something here. And it's got all this putty here. 5200.
Yeah.
Holding in the moisture. I'll try and get that off of there.
Right on.
Punky anyways.
Guess we'll get some stuff mixed up here. Start filling some holes.